Hey campers. Okay, so we made a post last week saying that we had booked our whole season, and some people showed interest in wanting to hear our process of how we book and how we save money and all that stuff and how we get it all done so quickly. So we're going to show you that today.
Is it quick though? I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
We spend our whole year talking about where we want to go, and that's why it's quick.
But it's pretty quick. So we'll show you.
We are I Want to Camp With You. It's a beautiful night. We're looking for some fun to do. Hey campers, I think I wanna.
Okay, so the first thing we do, so I have all my folders here. First of all, miscellaneous camping stuff. This has like any of our membership stuff in it. Or anything we wanted to remember about certain campgrounds. I
don't think they can see the labeling. You were very fast with that.
Sorry. Well, it's a dark folder. So there you go. And then we have just a regular calendar. I pick it up at Dollar Tree or get a free one in the mail from somebody or whatever, where we put all of our stuff in once we figure it out. And then I have the folders that we label reservations. And that will have all of our stuff in it. So first and foremost, you need a way to organize all your reservations.
For those of you who are tech savvy, all this can be done on your smartphone or tablet. We don't do that.
No, you need it on paper. But anyway, that's a whole other story. So first thing, I'll do 2020 first, and I can show you the others. They're all pretty much done the same way. But first thing, so the year before, actually maybe I'll do 2021. So in 2020, as we're traveling around to the reservations that we have and all that stuff, we start thinking about where we want to go back to or places that we want to visit.
Talking to the campers.
And they're like, oh, you know, we really like it here. So we make a list.
What sections to be in.
What sections to be in.
All the stuff we can gather, we take notes on.
Sorry. We make a list of that so that we're ready. So end of the year is always hectic for us. So, and everybody else too. But so November and December, you know, the holiday season, whatever, we continue to make our list. We continue to YouTube here and there as we're home because, you know, you're home time off of work and stuff like that. And then in January is when we finally sit down, make our final decisions on our list, and then we book everything.
One tip I noticed, we don't go to the sought after places at sought after times.
Right.
So we don't have to do what a few people had to do this past season that we found out about as we booked in January. They actually booked those times well before January for the following year. So I mean, an example would be 4th of July at your hot spots. You're not going to do that in January. That's gone already. If you don't call and just find out the earliest time that they take those bookings and go ahead and do those bookings, you're going to miss it. But we don't do those places during those times. So this doesn't apply to you people that have to, you know, plan around vacation time and holidays. You know, we're lucky enough to work for ourselves.
Right. So as far as picking the places, like I said, we have a list, and we have switched up discount programs over different years. So the first year we used Passport to America, and we did not use it last year, and we're using it again this year because you can sign up last minute. It doesn't really matter. And once you get your campgrounds down, you see who takes Good Sam, who takes Passport to America, who does this, who does that. So figure out which campgrounds first, and then you can decide which discounts to or programs to sign up for. So anyways, now that you have your list, YouTube, Google Maps, all that stuff is your best friend. So we always look on YouTube for videos, which is how we started this channel because we couldn't find it on a lot of places we wanted to go. So we watch any reviews that we can find, any walk-arounds. If we can't find anything, which there have been a few, Jason goes on Google Maps and does the satellite image, and that way you can kind of see a little bit about where it's at and what it looks like in the area around it and know kind of where you're going to.
With the YouTube thing, we ran into not being able to see a certain site. We had an idea of the site. You can always ask questions on Facebook and your local camping boards. That was our last reservation we had some problems with. Yeah. And we booked a site technically we weren't supposed to fit in, and with the help of other people and by chance a random video that showed up, on YouTube that showed that specific site that we had, questions about, we were able to make that booking with confidence.
So what we like to do once we have our list of campgrounds that we want to book is go through our calendar, and this has the actual places in it because this, like I said, was 2021. Mark off the dates that you can't go camping for whatever reason, whether you have other functions or work or whatever, and mark off the days that you do want to go camping. So go through, we do March through October pretty much. So we go through and we mark down the weekends that we want to camp, or weeks we want to camp, whatever. So then we know how many places we have to fill in. And then we usually do like one longer trip. So we try to semi-plan around that. So we figure out when we want our longest trip, and then we go from there.
We don't talk about it this way, but I just thought of it this way. It's like an anchor point.
Yeah.
We have our main trip, our family vacation. It said video is being stopped.
Why did the video
I don't
stop?
know. That's what the message said. You might want to pause it.
It's not. Okay. We'll just decline that. Not sure who
Okay.
that was.
Anyway, anchor point. So our big trip is an anchor point. We fill that in first. We know those dates when we're going. We have another anchor point once a year. We go to the same place, same week. We know that's an anchor point. And then we take all the rest of the days, like she said, and mark them on the calendar as camping days, just without a location.
Right. So once you have your weekends that you want to go camping, you have your list of campgrounds that you want to go to. We separate them into summer, spring, and fall because we would rather not be somewhere where there's not a pool or water somewhere nearby during the hot season. Sometimes we will, if it's just a place we want to go to for an event or whatever. But this year specifically, I think we made sure we were mostly around the water, during the summertime. Spring and fall.
Or if the campground has a draw per season or a draw for...
Right, a certain thing in that area that you want to go to, or if there's, a festival you want to go to or whatever. So mark those down so that you can figure out when you want to go to those places. So anyways, after that, we start filling in where we want to go. Obviously you want to put if you have any that are larger, we don't go to too many larger ones. This year we have a few that were
larger campgrounds,
more sought after campgrounds. We got a gift and other things. But anyway, so book those first, obviously.
Before you book this year, though, I think you did something you didn't do with this 2021 list. Was we wrote out next, after the calendar dates were logged as camping days, we wrote out or figured out which campgrounds fit those times. So we had 3 campground options, first priority, second priority, third priority for a date slot in April. We would start trying to book with option 1. If that failed, or fell through, then we have our second option to call, and then we start filling in the bookings like you were just saying.
Right, which this year we're trying Thousand Trails, so I'll talk about that in the end, and that's kind of where that fell into. But anyways, once we book, we do this. It's going to look like a mess to everyone. So I have a piece of just regular paper that I write the dates that we're going, the place that we went to or that we're going to, the site number, and then anything that's happening while we're at that camping trip, whether it be something that we want to do or something the campground's doing or whatever. At the top, I write whether or not they take our Good Sam or Passports America or whatever we have.
Those of you with, AAA, AARP,
right,
military
AARP,
discount, you got to look for discounts
Thousand
across
Trails,
the board. Yep.
all sorts of stuff. So, and then as behind that paper where I write how many nights because we like to keep track how many nights we're gone total.
We're working our way towards 50%.
We're trying.
Not 100%.
So I put the campground booking. If they sent you a booking reservation thing, I put that there behind there, and any information they have. So when this one has the booking information there behind it, and then when we get there, they usually give you the map and all that stuff. So I took the map and I put that behind there so that when we want to look back on it, or if we ever want to look back on it, we have the information for all the places that we've been to, the maps and anything they've given us, parking passes, etc., etc. So that is all in this folder. Like I said, we have that for, this one was 2021. We have it for 2020, same thing. Put all the reservations over here with all the maps and the campground stuff. And that way, if we need to look back on it, we can. If we want to look back on, you know, what site we were in or what site we liked best or anything like that. I do have 2022s, but I'm not going to tell you where all will be. I will tell you where it will be, just not mine. So as far as the memberships go, we said Passports America. I don't know, not a lot of people know about that.
You're not going to use Passport America for your camping needs. Like, you know, you're not going to go to these places for fun. There are good ones.
Creek Fire.
There are good ones. The 99% of them are not. They're overnight stays.
It's not that they're not good.
They're just overnight stays.
Or they only let you use it Monday through Thursday.
Yeah, if it's a really good place, they have
like
one
that.
day a week,
right.
one month a year.
But it is only $44 a year, and I think it gets cheaper the more years you buy. And I don't know if any of you know where Creek Fire's at, but it's in Georgia, and we're going there this year.
Outside Savannah,
because we're taking a trip to Florida. So it saves you 50%.
On average.
On average.
For that
so theirs is around $50 or $60 a night, so we're paying $30. So we're staying 3 nights on our way to Florida and 3 nights on the way back. So you figure 6, which one of the nights didn't count because it was a Friday, but 6 nights at $30 off. So 6 times 3.
It's like $180.
$180 savings, and we paid $44. So it paid for itself in one stay. So that's why we say look ahead of time, because you can buy Passports America. Well, if you want your card, you probably need to buy it 30 days in advance.
Yeah, it came relatively quick.
But you've already got you're reserving that far out anyways. So if it's going to save you 50% at any of the places you're staying, it's worth buying, because even if you take the $44 off, it's still saving us $140 on the one stay.
All of that information for PA, which is Passport America, they have a website. Just Google them.
And we have a code, so if you do decide to do that, shoot me a message. I can give you our code, and I think it'll give us like $10 off our renewal. So then, after we go to Creek Fire, we're going to Ocean
Breeze Resort in Jensen Beach, Florida.
Super gorgeous place if you've seen the walk around on our channel. They've got a resort pool, they've got a tiki bar and grill, gyms. It's like 5-10 minutes from Jensen Beach.
Not even.
You can walk uptown if you want to the restaurants and bars. But anyways, it's also saving us 50% there. So where that was...
Now, all of this is following the rules for each campground, and you know,
they actually don't have many rules
right,
at all,
but
yeah.
Passport America doesn't have rules to be a member. You just join up, and we've read campgrounds where they literally offer it for 1 night a week in some random month a year, and it just gets them listed in their book. Right.
Once you have your list, go through your list and say, do any of them take Passports America? Do any of them take Good Sam? And see if it's worth it. I mean, if you're only doing one trip.
It's a no-brainer if you're traveling south from North Carolina to Florida. There's a lot of options for overnight stays or 2-3 day stop.
Right.
Highly recommend Ocean Breeze. We get nothing from them. We just booked again with them because
it's 50% off at a major it's a resort. It's
you gotta
all
be
concrete.
Out of season for them, but I don't really care to go.
Well,
I mean, if I'm going to Florida in the heat and save 50% and enjoy a resort pool with great prices on food and drinks, yes.
The only time you can't use it is January through April. So you can use it
at that campground.
Yeah, at Ocean Breeze.
Sorry, we're
so May through December. But anyways, this year we did Passports America, and we still have our Good Sam.
We did Good Sam for 3 years. Just did the math on it. It paid for itself.
Because they were doing a special. I wouldn't say Good Sam's always the best, but a lot of campgrounds do take it, and you get 10% off. So if you're going to use it.
We went to a campground multiple times, and just the savings on that multiple times paid for most of that.
And we got a credit to their store.
You just got to look at the deal. If it's going to pay for itself, it will. That's what it was.
We're not just buying things to buy them.
Well, we bought an awning.
Yeah, we had to buy our slide toppers, so it gave us a discount on that. So it worked out, and we got like a 3-year membership. So that saves us 10% on a lot of places we go to. And then this year we decided to try 1,000 Trails.
Don't know anything about it yet.
We don't know anything about it yet.
It's currently
it does
January.
not.
We have not used it. Too cold. It's actually snow on the ground here in North Carolina right now.
Right, we're snowed in. We kind of always thought that it was like, what's those other things? Like timeshare kind of things, you know? And it's,
I don't want to mention any names, but
right.
yes, timeshare, get you in, and all
right.
you want to do is try and buy your way out.
So we looked into it, and we have 2 or 3 that are within a couple hours of us. One that's really close, one that's within an hour, and one that's
2 hours.
Two some hours. So it was useful to us as much as we camp, and we could go. And so anyways, by the time we divided it up, they ran a special. It was 22% off, I think.
Worked
it was
out to $400, $500.
Worked out to almost $500. So by the time we divided all the camping trips we were going there for, it was like $23 a night, which you
we
can't
plan
camp
on
anywhere
that.
for
We plan on using.
That we plan on using it for. And something we did not know, if you do have one near you, they offer day passes. Some of them you have to call in advance, some of them you don't. But we could go over there, the one that's closest to us, and go and, you know, go fish or use the pools or just go to their arcade or go there for an activity or whatever any day we want for free with our membership. Just go there and spend the day in the park. Or if you have people that are coming to stay there, we could go over there and visit them, you know, things like that. And what else with that we didn't know about? Was there anything else?
You have to have an MBA to figure out the best way to use your 1,000 Trails Pass. We bought the entry level. We're just going to try it out this year. I saw the opportunity to save a lot more money on camping options, but we have other stuff we're doing this year, and we're not full-timers. If you're someone living in your trailer more than 3 months at a time, I can't see not using 1,000 Trails and paying for the little bit of the added features that each level gets you.
So we can only book 60 days in advance. We bought the bottom membership, but we can book up to 60 days in advance, and we can stay for 2 weeks at a time, and then we have to leave for 7, and then we can stay for 2 more weeks.
Not that part. We have to stay out of 1,000 Trails Park for 7 days.
Right, out of completely. So that was the hard part that we were talking about. We were going to talk about the booking. So in our calendar, we,
you know this one, right?
Yeah. We have it marked where we're going, and so we have it first, second, third, because there's 3, like I said, that are within reason for us. So we have, you know, we're gonna go here first, here second, here third, and then I have it marked 60 days prior to that as call to book, you know, June 4th through June 9th's trip to wherever we want it to go. So I would say that's probably the best way to handle it. Make sure you have it written down, make sure you have it 60 days, because 2 of the trips we're taking are on holidays, and we're kind of nervous we won't get in, but we have 3 options.
It's either close, far, or farther.
So we're just going to start with our first option, call the furthest out we can, and try and book it. So we can't tell you how that works yet, like I said, because we have not used it. But so far, everybody's been super friendly, very helpful. We actually went to the RV show, and they were there talking about it. This was after we had looked into it, and they gave us a little bit more information. They were very helpful.
Which it was very nice to see the people we saw at the RV show who said hello to us. I know her last video, she mentioned that from the RV show that, you know, we saw some of you, but if you're watching, nice to meet you. Hopefully we'll see you out there this year. You covered it. It's common sense stuff. There's just little things that we do. I mean, not that we're pros. She's like, act like we've done it forever, but you know, you guys have watched this channel. This is our 3rd season. We learned a lot in the first year, and luckily that was the boom year when bookings got scarce, but you were still able to call and get it within a month or 2. Now it doesn't seem like you're going to get a booking in a month or 2, so maybe it's best to try to call as soon as possible. Yeah. I think we did a video similar to this last year. I'm feeling it now.
For nothing, I mean,
we talked this same subject in February, and we were recommending that you call now.
No, we did not.
Yep.
For a certain campground, maybe.
Yep, if you have the big campgrounds. Now, you can stay at the big campgrounds if you have a flexible schedule, and that's part of what our tricks are, too. We are a flexible schedule family.
Well, okay.
So we go to the big campground this year, and it's because we have a flexible schedule.
But everybody's like, you know, book in January because it's booking up. Yes, that is part of it. They do book up. But we do it, one, because it's easier. Everything's already laid out for our whole year. So when we're camping every 2 to 3 weeks like we do, I don't have to worry about this part. I don't have to worry about, oh, we gotta schedule our trip for September. Oh, we gotta schedule our trip. It's done. So all we gotta worry about is packing and going, and it does make it better, I think. And we still throw in a few random trips, or we'll add a few extra days or whatever if we have extra time.
Currently trying to add right now, but can't find the slot for it.
I found a slot. But anyway, so we will do that, but having the majority of it planned ahead of time is good, and it makes it easier for us for work. So we make our own schedule, like he said, and it's easier to make your own schedule if you have things planned out ahead of time. He knows, you know, I got these 2 weeks to finish up these jobs, so let me go ahead and make sure they're on the books before we leave. And then, you know,
and not everyone who works for themselves or runs their own business has the ability or wants to take this step. Well, not even just a step out there. It's putting yourself out on a limb and saying, I'm going to do this and try it out. You know, I feel like our business has not thrived because of our choices to go camping as a family, but people have supported me more than I thought
because
they would.
Because if you let them know ahead of time, most of them do not care. Now, there's some businesses or whatever.
You can't do it. I get it. Not everyone can do it, and I know this is not an open debate.
Well, there's some of our customers that wouldn't allow it.
We hand out our calendar to almost every customer of ours so that they know, you know, this is what's going on, and it's been very supportive. So if there's anyone who's listening to this and they're like, you know, we could possibly do it, but I'm afraid of this or that.
Reach out to your customers. Find out if they care.
People are pretty good about, hey, family time's more important. We understand. I didn't think they would be. And the support from our customers alone afforded us to try this again this year with even more bookings. So let's hope it does that. 2020
we had 50 nights total. 2021 we had 68. And so far this year
those are finishing numbers. Yeah. We're starting with 70.
So far this year we're starting with 70. So we're pretty excited about that. And we've got a lot of new places here to be able to show you. Hopefully there are some good ones. We seem like we've got quite a few good ones.
Well, one more booking thing that we didn't touch on too much is you said we had a couple holidays. If you're going to go to the holiday time, it's easier to make a reservation at a lesser sought after campground. But our trick that we normally do is we don't camp on holidays.
Yeah, we usually don't. But
we don't travel on holidays. We don't camp on holidays, and that's how we're able to go to almost any campground we want to go to because we're not going after those few spots that are there.
Yeah.
Now I get it. A lot of people have to go. They're only off 4th of July, Memorial Day. They're off on those holidays. They're set to a schedule, and the only advice, like everyone knows, you just have to be diligent and early at making your bookings, and please don't make multiple bookings with the plan of canceling, because then you block up a slot that someone else trying to book for their family could have booked, and you're holding on to 3 or 4. The selfishness among campers has gotten a little bit crazy right now, but
and with that being said, we're not preaching to you like we're just sitting here and we don't need to make money, and you know we've got money flowing over. I promise you that is not the case. We make tons of changes over the years to be able to camp this much, along with being able to make our own schedule.
No one needs to justify how they spend their time or money.
No, but everybody seems to always comment.
Right, and everybody wants to make the comment, how you're able to do it must be nice.
I promise you, we're not loaded.
Everyone does what they do, and you reap what you sow. There's a lot of people make a heck of a lot more dough than we make. Yeah. You know, but we work to get to this point, and we're finally being able to do the things like this.
Yeah, we were able to cut things out that we didn't need, and in order to be able to go camping more, which we enjoy more, the kids enjoy more. And
so that's the biggest. I guess that's the biggest tip with your booking. It's prioritize.
Yeah.
What's priority in your life? What's priority for your time? And when you figure that out, everything else falls together. You'll know where you want to go, when you want to go, and how much you want to spend.
And if you don't know, then you can watch our channel, and we can tell you where you need to go.
And if you see a price on a site that you don't want to spend the money on, there's another campground. Yeah, you know, we've done that a couple times. We just said it's just not worth it. You know, the most popular campground out there in our immediate 3-4 hour travel time area towards the beach, and everyone loves it. And I doubt that anyone that goes there wouldn't say it's the best campground ever, because I've heard it from everyone. We're not going to go there because I'm not going to spend the money for the price.
I can go to Sandals for the price,
right?
So, in Jamaica. Yeah. No. But yeah, we did book a few not expensive, but pricier campgrounds this year. One of them was a gift, so we're really excited to be able to use that. And a few of them we wanted to either go back to or stay at, and some of them take our Passports America, some of them take our Good Sam, so we are getting discounts here and there on some of those as well.
And things do cost more now. There's no excuse for the campground boom with some of the price raising that we've seen with that. The gouging, I feel, on the overnight stays at a handful of places, again, most popular site in the East Coast.
But there's still plenty of campgrounds out there that don't charge excessive amounts. You know, you're going to pay a little bit more to stay in certain areas or for certain amenities or whatever if you want those, but there's a lot of really nice campgrounds out there. That
the Southeast is the most expensive place to camp apparently in the U.S., it sounds like, after doing some research.
But we do aim to try and show you some of the smaller campgrounds that might not have as much advertisement, and you might not know about them because if you're not actively looking, like we found a few this year and we actively look, and we were like, oh wow, we didn't even know that was there. That looks really nice. And you know, we've asked a few people and they were like, yeah, you need to give it a try. So yeah, so we have lots of exciting stuff scheduled for 2022. We hope you're watching all of them. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask on this video or any of our other videos. And we hope that was helpful.
I said more than I wanted to say.
He was just going to sit here and look pretty.
I was.
Anyways, thanks for watching. Hold on, we forgot. The girls wanted to say goodbye. Go ahead.
Thanks for watching, campers. We look forward to camping with you in 2022.
What are they supposed to do, Cece?
Hit that bell.
Hit that bell.
Smash it.
Smash it.
Smash it. Hey, campers, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and hit the like button. And hit that bell. Hit that bell.